Today we are going to discuss the topic consumer rights. If you talk about consumer in the marketplace, a consumer basically consumers first of all we will discuss that what is consumer right. Then consumer right is a consciousness towards his rights of a consumer and the social and legal obligation of the business community and the governments toward consumer is known as the consumer awareness. Means if the consumer is not provided the amount of goods and service for which he or she has been paid, it is called consumer exploitation. So first of all, let's discuss. So we can say that if the consumer is not provided the goods or the services, for that amount of goods for which it is called as consumer exploitation. There is some causes and forms of consumer exploitation. We will discuss here. First, we will talk about forms of. So we can say that first point is here a consumer is exploited in the form of under measured goods. Under measurement or under measured goods means sellers generally provide under measured goods and charge for the actual quantity. When you are not getting the total way of goods, you are getting exploited on the basis of under measurement. Next point that we have to discuss here is next comes substandard goods. Means sell inferior quality. The sell inferior quality of goods in order to make more profit is called as substandard goods. Later on, high prices. We usually face the problem of high prices. Can say sellers dealing in basic necessities generally charge high prices depending upon the demand and supply. If the supply is shorter in compared to demand, we will get high prices from sellers. Fourth point we can add adulteration and impurity. Adulteration is basically a mixing of undesirable substance to fooding material as well as impurity. I am repeating it. Means mixing or substituting undesirable material in food material that causes heavy losses to the consumers both either monetary or health. If we come to fifth point, it's false claims. When a claim is made by seller on the false promise, that is called false claims. As sellers make false claim about the durability and quality of their product mainly through advertisements or by direct saying. Comes hoarding and black marketing. To make more profit, sellers indulge in creating artificial scarcity through hoarding and black marketing, by which you will feel eager to purchase that goods as there will be scarcity of that product. Unsatisfactory after sale service. Uh, Unsatisfactory means producers and suppliers do not provide the satisfactory after sale service despite the necessary payments. Then it will be called as unsatisfactory after sale service. This is the way how we can categorize the consumer rights issue or exploitation issue in under that type of headings. You can say rough behavior, undue conditions. So we can mention that points as a form of exploitation, consumer exploitation. Now we have to talk about the causes of these exploitation. What are the causes of this type of exploitation? We'll add a heading of factors causing exploitation of consumer. Under this heading, we will discuss the factors that cause for the exploitation of a consumer. First of all, the consumers are generally limited informed. So we can add this point as limited information. In this point, we can say that for a correct decision and choice about a product, a consumer needs full information about the price, quality, durability, and composition, etc. of the goods. In the absence of full and correct information, he will be generally exploited. Second factor we can discuss that limited supply. When the supply goes less in comparison to demand, the price will go high and may also encourage the tendency of hoarding leading to consumer exploitation. So we write it. One more basic reason is there limited competition. If the competition between sellers is limited, that will cause a factor for exploitation. When there is a limited competition among the producers, the consumer is left with no choice and the producer have an upper hand in deciding the price and supply of goods. Last point we are going to discuss here, and that is low literacy. In a country like India, an illiterate consumer can easily be exploited and it also affect the consumer consciousness. If we proceed about the consumer rights portion, then comes consumer movements. In India, consumer movement comes with a social force. As we found rampant food shortage, hoarding, black marketing, adulteration of food, and edible oil gave birth to the consumer movement in an organized form in the 1960s. Till the 1970s, the consumer organizations were largely engaged in writing articles and holding exhibitions. They formed consumer groups to look into the malpractices in ration shops, started consciousness about exploitation, black market. We see till 1970s, there was huge number of consumer organizations. Because of all these efforts, the movement succeeded in bringing pressure on business conduct which may be unfair and against the interest of consumers at large. A major step, a very crucial or major step was taken in 1986 that Indian government passed the act named popularly known as COPRA, Protection Act. Due to expansion of the business activities and globalization, there are variety of goods available in the market, and producers are spending a lot of money to influence the consumers, which makes it difficult for the consumer to make a correct choice. So there is a need for consumer awareness. If we talk about Copra, so Copra has enabled the consumers to have the right to represent in the consumer courts. So we stop here our topic. The rest of the chapter we'll see in next lecture.